There's water. It's like a sea. And there's a big rock, like a cliff that goes up. It's green. There's moss and grass, and it's rainy. And there was fog. Then I got this sense of like stone. There's stairs that go up. I have like a flower crown on my head.
How's your hair done?
It's up. It's like up, and then in the inside of the crown is like it's kind of big, like a big.
What color is
Like a
your
big
hair?
bun. It's dark.
Are you carrying anything in your arms or on your back?
Yeah, I have a basket of flowers in it. I make the crowns. I'm just picking the flowers. There's like a really grassy meadow with lots of wildflowers. And then it's a lot of stairs. And then there's sections where it platforms and it's space. It's like space. And that's where I go up and down to pick flowers. And then also seashells. And at the top of we keep going up the stairs. It's like a little village. There's stone houses.
What do the roofs look like on those?
They're green, like mossy green. Very thick. Like it's not just didn't just grow on it by itself. Like it's made from it. My home is outside of the village. Mostly in the village. At least in this space, it seems like the houses either also serve as like people put stands out in front of them, like almost they serve as a storefront as well. And seems typically the people, they live there and they run their businesses. So then other people live on the hillsides. There's goats, chickens. They belong to people, but they run around. Very wholesome, very, very sweet, caring, and people like to support each other, and we like to have fun. That's why I like to make the crowns, because it just reminds people to be magical. So this place is magical. Everybody's talking. There's just lots of joy. Children are running around and laughing. You hear lots of laughter. And people greeting each other. It's like market time. I put down a blanket and I have my basket with my flowers and the seashells. And then I sit on it and I make the crowns as I sit there. So I have some laid out. And I have some little tools to cut holes in the seashells. I put the seashells on my flower crowns too. They're really beautiful. Yeah. Sometimes when the sun shines on some of the shells, it casts like a reflection. It feels very magical. Yeah. And the children are coming up and they're all telling me at the same time like what they want on their crowns, and it's really sweet. There's that man. He's tall, very handsome. He's got dark hair, a really beautiful smile, and he's walking up to me. And he jokes about what kind of a crown he wants, and there's a special connection. We want to know each other. Oh, it's the funniest feeling. He asked, did I want to take him for a walk after? I said I would love to. He told me that he's seen me when he's passed through, and that I've always been busy when he's wanted to come and talk to me. I think that we continued to do like a back and forth, not just this day. This man, I don't know what his name is, but he asked me to marry him. It's very exciting. I have deep love for him. He's very kind and gentle. Then he was supposed to meet me to get married, and he didn't show up. And I didn't see him again. I've become very sad and worried because I don't know what happened to him. He was so kind and gentle, and I don't think he would just not show up. I see lots of lanterns and people looking for him, and then I go down and see that his boat is missing. The waters seem very busy, very large waves. So then I start to really worry and scared that he took the boat out for some reason, and then I hear some yelling that they found him. He washed up on shore. I feel very sad. I'm being comforted. Someone starts singing. Feel the sadness go away. I'm laying down in bed.
How much time does it feel has passed?
Many years. My skin is old, very wise woman. Yeah, people would come to me for answers. And I just feel that as she's laying there, just like if her wisdom was an energy, you could see it. She's at peace. She's just tired.
Every life has a lesson and purpose. As you look back upon the life of this woman,
to uplift the people, give them answers that will help them to live the life in the best way possible, and to love. Don't resist love. And also that by bringing people together and supporting people and being close with each other, forming connection, that when we have that, then we have what we need to do everything else. We feel connected. We have the doors to have everything that we need. I help people to do that.
take a big, deep, cleansing breath in. And as you exhale, allow that new place, new space to wash over you.
It's dark. I don't actually even see anything. A little light shining through, like some cracks. It's the moon. There's a hole in the cave.
See the moon out of the cracks in this hole.
Spider webs. Yeah, there's water in it. Wow, it's very beautiful. Oh, the cave stones, like really beautiful gemstones. It's the cave itself. It's like pink and purple and this beautiful teal or greenish blue. It matches the water. certain times of the month, the moon stops, and the moon's right there and shines in the hole. And then we go in and do rituals in this cave. It's a magical cave, sacred space, very healing. People come here to heal. Cleansing with water. And the cave itself is part of it with the stones. It's a very sacred place. Yes, people have been coming and doing these rituals for many, many years. And we carry that knowledge with us and we pass it down generation to generation. Well, we all are always healing ourselves and we're healing other people. People do come to get healed, to be a part of it, but this night's just us.
Who else is there?
My grandmother, my sisters, my mother, my aunties. It's all the matriarchs. And then the little ones. There's drumming, yeah, dancing, chanting. We're chanting about where we've been, where we come from. We're chanting about where we're going. And then the chant, the message is that we have to know where we come from. We have to know where we've been and what we've done, so we can be right in this moment and be present to this moment so that it can carry us forth into the future. It's important to pay attention and to open our eyes to our surroundings, to the earth, the animals, the trees and the wind, to the water. That's why we remember where we came from, or how we remember where we came from.
How do we learn?
By remembering, by everybody sharing their own story, own knowledge and inner knowings and wisdom. And when we listen to that, then we absorb their knowledge and their experience, and then we carry their stories with us. And then that way, if and when they pass, we become their story. And we integrate their stories into our lives. And we get to share their stories with their loved ones and with future generations. So we come together to remind each other who we are and what we have to share. And we build up our energy and we recharge. And that's how we go to this cave. We heal any hurts we have. We grieve together. We grieve for each other and with each other. And we share in each other's joys. We laugh and we cry. Yeah, I can feel it going through my body right now. It's a force. It's a power, like we've forgotten about. Not everybody.
What makes us forget?
We get caught up in distractions. There's been people all throughout life who intentionally distract us because it benefits them. Because if we remember how powerful we are and what we have the ability to do, if we just know that, they wouldn't survive. There's too few of them and too many of us. What we would build out of that power be beautiful beyond belief. It is beautiful beyond belief. And when we know that, we don't even think about anything that is not good for us. So those monthly rituals and gatherings and ceremonies are super important, because even a time where it was more simple, we forget. So we need to be reminded. That's how we get together to remind each other and to pass that down. Feel it. It's like the energy is between us and the stones, and like you can feel it just like a. So we're sitting in a circle and we have like like kind of this little finger of food type, fresh food, and we're enjoying it and eating. As we close out, we take turns and we get to walk around the circle, and everyone has a message for you, a reminder to carry you through until the next ritual. And so everybody does that. Everybody goes around the circle, and everybody personally shares with them something.
What are some of the messages?
I don't know, I'm not getting full messages, but I'm getting words, just like to remember things from the ancestors, power, healthy food, magical places. Go to your magical places. Be in your magic.
What message do you have to offer? What's your contribution?
That no matter what happens, don't forget the love. No matter what happens, it's always there. Just gotta do the things that remind you and be around the people that show you. So anytime we forget, we find those people. We find those places. And we do those things that will bring us back to our love. Or wrap our arms around each other in the circle. And we have a closing song, or like a chant of some sort. Something about from the earth to the sky, from the sun and the moon, from the water and air, north, south, and east and west. It is all here, it is all there, and that is where we come from. It is where we go. Sometimes some people stay in and meditate and visit and enjoy the water, stay in the cave. Some people still drum, chant. And some people go back to their home from the time it starts getting dark till we want to close. There's no time. Just the sun and the moon. So we wait for the sun to go down, and the moon is where the magic begins. It's where we draw our power from. This place is sacred. It's been sacred for forever, and no one will ever find it because it's hidden unless they're invited for protection of our wisdom and knowledge and our powers. The lesson was that not everything is for everyone, and that it's okay to keep some things for yourself, for your people, especially when people come in and take, steal and kill. While we like to share, not everything is for everyone.
What was the purpose?
To teach about magic and rituals, and to raise up the little ones with the knowledge. They don't want that knowledge being spread.
Do I have permission to ask questions today?
Yes.
Thank you. You chose to bring forth. Can you tell me why Shauna Lee needed to see this lifetime today?
Because she needed to be reminded that while we lose love, we're not really losing it. The love that we gain, the loss is a catalyst for love. She needs to be reminded that to use that loss as a catalyst for love and for more love to grow and be shared. Not to allow it to harden her, but to use it to soften her.
The second life that you presented to her, why did she need to see that life?
Because while she knows how powerful she is, now is the time for her to step up and into her magical powers that she has. Her psychic abilities, her ability to transform energy. She has the powers to make things happen. Like, she's so powerful that she can, just this is super important to remember, because our thoughts can be so powerful. And if she's not mindful of her thoughts, she could be making a whole lot of things happen that she doesn't want to happen. She's good at manifesting. Yeah, and her magic is powered by her love. And if she doesn't move through that which she needs to move through, so that she can be in her power and her strength and her joy, that's where also her power and strength get their energy from, is her being in her joy and her love, so she can move from that place of power and her magic can work. But if she doesn't work through it, then she's just going to continue to feel weak, feel lack of energy, fatigued. Detaching from knowing what the outcome is going to be. Most of all, she needs to grieve. She needs that safe space to grieve, but also she can't keep going to that place to grieve without understanding what she's grieving. And how she can understand what she's grieving is by taking that grief and creating something out of it. Creating something out of it based upon what it is that's causing the grief, so that it can not only heal her, but those around her. It's always good for ceremonies and rituals to be a part of our daily lives. Like, our life is ceremony, so it's good to incorporate ceremony into our daily life and what we do. Shauna Lee should set an intention every morning when she wakes up. She should keep her phone away from her bed, so that when she wakes up, she can sit up and meditate and set an intention and mentally, emotionally, and spiritually prepare for the day. She should carry stones with her more often, pick more cards, and chant, and tone, and incorporate her child into it as well, because when we incorporate children to our ceremonies, their child self reminds us of our child self. And that's a really important part of the healing. And that should be part of what she creates, bringing people back to their childhood and accessing those points in which pain and trauma was inflicted, grief came over someone, and they had no way to heal that grief. So it's very important to be reminded of our child self. And actually, a goal of ours should be to be more and more childlike. Not immature, but childlike, especially curiosity, because that will keep us open. The elders in the cave were highly revered. The elders, they carry the keys. And right now there's such a disconnect between the youth and the elders. So as part of that ritual, the younger people, the 15-year-olds who are just coming, who are just being welcomed into the space, and the elders carry the keys. The youth need the elders, and the elders need the youth. So that was a space that cultivated that, because that heals our DNA by learning about where we come from and what's happened and what's the truth. Then we can move forward in honesty, in truth. And when we know that, then we know what we want to change, what needs to change, and we know what we need more of. We know what we need to do to get there.